We are rolling with it, rolling with it. Here, bunny, 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 bunny. That's kind of like if I ever get guests. Yeah. All right. Beautiful people, welcome to episode 1. This is going to be a rough run. Probably be a rough run the first few times, but we'll get there. As far as podcasts, I have watched the Joe Rogan podcast for a lot of years. I've always been a fan of Joe Rogan. I know, like, his stuff gets controversial and, like, but before it, man, it's kind of like those things, like, before something becomes popular, and it's, like, in that little secret before, like, people start criticizing it and all that. His earlier episodes, man, were amazing. Before, like, the multiple celebrities and rock stars, he had, like, historians and, like, ancient alien theorists and stuff like that. I know one guy, like, they were talking about the theory of Atlantis and all of that, which I completely couldn't keep up with, but I felt smart for, like, listening. So, yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
What, you ever...
I have watched a few Joe Rogan. I've watched a few different sports ones. Watched Will Wheaton's. I've watched Will Wheaton's as well.
What's his called?
Off the top of my head, could not tell you. I can look it up real fast.
Number 1 on YouTube.
Lightning fast.
On Spotify. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
The Will Wheaton Hour.
Yeah.
That's the kid from Star Trek, right?
That definitely is the kid from Star Trek.
I don't understand what, like, the fandom, the overall, like, thing with him is. Is he, like, some kind of super genius or something like that? Like,
in the show?
No,
in general. I think it started with the whole, the cult following with Star Trek.
Right.
Will Wheaton was this, like, little punk kid who could actually, I believe he was a pilot and flew the Enterprise. And I think it kind of had this, like, cult following, and all these people followed him, and I think he also enjoyed, the genre of everything that is nerdy, geeky, and everything that we hold dear and close to our hearts. He plays a lot of the games. He plays a lot of the different, everything from board games to D&D. He's got a couple of different things. So
he was on The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, he did, and he played himself as a nemesis to Sheldon, where he kind of just made fun of himself, but in all the ways that you want somebody to make fun of themselves. And played up that alter ego of Will Wheaton, the Star Trek star, kind of.
Now, isn't that dude canceled, Will Wheaton? Didn't he get canceled for something?
Not that I'm 1,000% positive.
Okay. I thought, like, I feel like, he Danny Masterson himself. I don't support that kind of stuff. We don't support that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really 1,000% sure.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek. As far as what my favorite is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Trek. I think I've watched more Star Trek episodes and more Star Trek.
I think
of all the generations, I've watched a few of them.
I think I've seen more in-depth fan theories for Star Wars than I've seen, like, for, you know what I'm saying? Like, Star Trek has, like, the episodes, the movies. Those movies were so dope. So dope, yeah.
I wish they could continue with them. There's so much in that whole universe that it could be gold, especially with the characters that they found to play.
Yeah.
People that, we grew up watching.
I like how in later ones, they changed the entire, like, uniform to, like, fit William Shatner's, like, body. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a plus size dude.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? We'll make it a comfortable sweater
We'll
now.
Yeah.
All right.
We went from being the onesie to being like.
Yeah, dude, with that like hand knit like flap, like what planet are they doing that on?
Right. Where all of a sudden they come up with these sweaters.
Yeah, Grandma Kling Klongs. All right. Okay, so kind of work it out with it. We kind of came up with some topics, and we'll string them along. We'll go with it. We'll go without it. It doesn't matter. There's no time limit. We'll tweak it. I'll get a better camera. We'll get better microphones. All that good stuff. All we ask is that you like us. Like us, man. All right. So, we talked about this. I have not seen Stranger Things whatsoever. I've seen a couple of episodes. As soon as I saw Winona, I was out. Not because Winona's my dude. That or person, whatever. I was good. I had my fill and I was solid. So for anybody that has not seen Stranger Things, all right,
ooh, Stranger Things from the beginning.
Yes, please. So what is the premise of the show?
I think it's really just starting to develop into that. I don't think we really have a concrete idea of how these D&D things are kind of playing into all of a sudden this upside down universe that's parallel to them, that's coming into their world, and these kids play D&D, and all the bad guys come from their game that they're playing.
Like the actual game of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, so they're playing one, and the Demigorgon is the first, is the first monster that comes through, and that's the guy that they were fighting off in their initial campaign that they were having when they introduced the characters in the show, and each time it kind of grows as far as now there's this mind flare as you get into the second and third season.
A mind flare that's kind of controlling, and it can see what Will sees. It's connected to Will. Is Will the main character?
Yeah, he's the one who gets taken and goes into the upside down. Winona, Joyce Byers is his mother. And
Will's the one with that nice black hair, that bouncing like.
He's kind of got that bowl cut. He's kind of got that page boy.
Okay.
He's kind of an off kid. He's kind of, he's the weird one.
Right.
He's the one that everybody makes fun of. He's the one that kind of has this wild imagination that dreams up all these things. He is the their master during their campaign. He's the one who came up with it and wrote it and developed it for his friends, and he's an artist, and he has super intricate drawings, and he has an imagination beyond anything, and I think part of his imagination is bringing some of this in and making it real.
Now, are you giving me this summation because there's multiple seasons?
Yes.
Are you giving me the summation based on just the first season, or is this from...
It's kind of my theory from the beginning.
Okay.
From the beginning. It somehow is tied with him. Now you kind of see in this later last season that has just come out, kind of, he shows this emotional side when he's talking to his buddy Mike, who is Elle's boyfriend situation. He's the one who found Elle in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these weird theories right now that it's leading that Will is gay, possibly in love with Mike. I'm not sure if that's even where that's remotely headed. I don't think anything other than, Mike and Elle and, the relationship with Nancy and Jonathan and
Elle is Millie Bobby.
Yes.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. She's an amazing actress. She knows her stuff.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I wonder if she know who Whitney Houston is.
Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she
Like
does.
people like send her little memes and shit. Bobby.
Yeah.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Okay, so what are they trying to do? Are they trying to figure out where these monsters come from?
They're
Are they
trying to
like,
right now. The head guy Vecna has come to play, and it shows through this last season how Al banished this guy named Henry, who was also one, as in 1, 2, 3, 4 to 11 in their numbers, and one was an evil guy. He kind of had some. He killed a lot of the kids that were also there, and the other nurses and doctors and stuff. He tried turning Ellen into something that brought her her power, showed her that she had them, but through a very negative way.
Okay.
And that's kind of how it. And they show Al kind of fighting against him, and he was sent to the Upside Down. Everybody thought that he kind of had died and dissolved, but he was sent to the Upside Down. Now
The Upside Down.
The Upside Down, and now Al.
Intricate.
Yeah, right. And Al.
You're going to the left, right, left, sir.
Yeah, and Al doesn't really know what the Upside Down is. She still doesn't know what her powers are. She doesn't know where they come from. She doesn't have very much of an understanding of them. She did lose her powers for a little bit of time, and they were kind of slowly brought back through some flashbacks and through some stuff with the doctor, who we thought had died, but he came back, or he had left. I'm not 100% remembering that part, but who she calls Papa. He was the one who kind of ran the medical experiments on her and the other numbered children, so they all called him Papa.
Right.
Because that's all they knew of a parent-like situation. He was the only one that rewarded them or gave them anything. Kept really close watch on them and did experiments.
I love you, Dad. I love you too. Stay still.
Right.
Stick this drill in your earlobe.
And Henry also was his one's name. He came to the hospital or the clinic, asylum, wherever that they were working in, or the lab, I should say, Hawkins lab.
Yeah.
They brought him there because they didn't know how to control him. He had killed his family, almost had killed his father.
That's rough.
And his father was in prison for the killings, actually, but it was Henry. So was Henry Vecna, or did they just make him the bad guy and they associated that with being the bad guy and brought it to their D&D level and created this? Or was it something that was there that they just tapped into and came out through their imagination and creation of D&D? And they didn't create D&D. There was other kids, Hellfire is this group that came out when they were getting into high school, where, they were with older kids who were also playing D&D.
So did the other kids' D&D games bring out monsters too, or just theirs?
Just theirs. Just theirs.
So they're just
and they're
assholes.
the only ones. They're the ones that are dealing with it, trying to keep the apocalypse from happening. They're trying to prevent Vecna from coming and ruining the world. And
isn't that crazy? Why is it in all these movies like?
It's the kids.
Yeah, and it's like 4 of them, dog. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what? Your grandma, your uncle, your neighbors, all of them could die, but you know what? We ain't gonna bring them into it. We got this. Like,
Right.
the fuck, dude? You failed algebra. Like, what are you talking about, dude?
Yeah.
Save the world? You couldn't even clean your room, my guy.
Right.
D&D is okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, yes, it is.
Role-playing.
I don't know if this is a slight or like I don't know if this is one up or one down for me, but it is like the one game I haven't played. I just, man, dude, even if I had that kind of time, I just ain't had that kind of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It does take a level of imagination and creativity to create the game and
I have those. I have those.
And patience.
I have those too. I don't. I mean, I guess I don't want to drink that much orange soda and fucking eat that many Cheetos. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? D&D was just never. But I loved every other game, every other role-playing game. I mean, Final Fantasy junkie, like everything. I love RPGs, board games, anything. It's just, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was the popularity of it. I don't know.
I feel like it did have definitely had a weird little stigma of the smelly kid in class type thing on it, where it wasn't always perceived as something that was necessarily good. And some of the people, not that I'm stereotyping or putting people into this group, but I think when I was growing up in my area, it was not, the cool thing to do. It wasn't everybody thought it was really weird because it was using imagination and creativity.
Nah, they were bumping Juvenile and like, yeah. I was like, hey, bro.
Yeah, right.
Stop hustling on the corner, dog. Let's go goddamn conquer this goblin right now.
Right.
Bro, +6, my guy. Like, the fuck? Yeah. It wasn't much of a Milwaukee, Wisconsin kind of thing, And that's crazy, too, because, like, sometimes your environment kind of do reflect on the kind of shit you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in we weren't running outside playing in the yards and stuff like that after 9 o'clock. We weren't on strolls and stuff like that after 9 o'clock. Like, we were out there trying to get it. But I digress. Okay. Next subject. What is your favorite Val Kilmer movie?
Val Kilmer movie?
It's hard. You think, like, it's one of those things where you think, like, man, I only know 2. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I know 30.
Right.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
He's had some pretty interesting roles. Let me look at some of the movies. I gotta look at the list here quick.
Okay. I think you gotta rattle some off, yo.
Yeah. Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun.
Tombstone.
Both of them. Tombstone was,
Tombstone probably would be up there.
Yeah.
He played Doc Holliday.
Yeah.
Batman Forever. I thought he was a pretty good Batman.
Dude, I don't know why everybody hated that Batman.
I don't think he was a terrible Batman.
You know what's crazy? And I know it ain't. I liked him better than George Clooney as Batman.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I didn't think George Clooney really was one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
The top Batman. Who's the top Batman right now? Who's your favorite Batman?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is your favorite
Batman? Oh, shit.
Ooh, you said Christian Bale?
I did say it. Does anybody beat, like... Because Michael Keaton was the OG. Like, every other... Well, that's not fair either, actually. Adam West is the OG.
Correct.
He's the OG. Every other Batman is either based something to be similar to him or just a complete opposite.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the Michael Keaton Batman came out to be a little bit something more dark, more serious. I think they took that first run with Adam West and all the Powers and Piffs and things like that and wanted to do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And I think, like, from that point on, because Batman, like, the television show, the old Adam West show, most of those scenes, most of the fights, most of the stories take place in the daytime. like 90% of the stories. You rarely see anything happening at night.
Yeah.
But then you got Michael Keaton's Batman, or Jack Nicholson's Joker, whichever one you want to label it as.
Yeah.
And like it literally took every opposite, like all the corny stuff was gone.
Yeah.
All the daytime shots, all the like, you know, it had a serious tone to it. And as opposed to him fighting a gallery, it's just
Yeah. Other Val Kilmer movies, so we're still working on Val Kilmer though.
Batman.
Where
is he?
The Heat.
Heat. I was like, the Heat.
Heat
with Al Pacino.
Robert De Niro.
Hey-yo.
Doors. He actually.
That was, man.
That was a good role.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah. Willow. We're gonna bring up Willow because Willow's here.
That's it. I don't need to hear Willow. I don't need to hear it anymore. I don't even. I mean, I want to hear the rest of them, but
The Saint.
I don't need to. That movie kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was at Hitman with that long hair, and it was like, why you got long hair, Val Kilmer? That doesn't.
Didn't he have like a little bit of a ponytail? Or
Yeah,
mullet kind of thing?
Like that doesn't make you a better Hitman.
No,
Like,
not at all.
he looked like Gerald from fucking The Witcher.
Yeah.
With that little,
Yeah. What else did we
that comb over man pony.
Come over man pony. Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Also had Steven Seagal had an amazing man
Oh
ponytail.
my gosh. Yeah, but Steven Seagal would beat you up in slow motion.
True.
That's got to be more embarrassing than regular motion.
I'm looking at this poster of this movie, Top Secret. It came out in 1984. It's Val Kilmer doing it looks like he's kind of doing the Elvis Presley, thing. But there's cows wearing galoshes in the sky floating around. So I have no clue what that's about.
That sounds like some LSD and some other healthy adult. Yeah.
He looks very young in it. 84, so yeah, that's probably pretty young. Real Genius.
Man, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah. The Ghost and the Darkness.
Yep, that was a really good one too with Michael Douglas. That was about the killer lion that ate people in Africa. The killer lion.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah.
But see, I don't know, okay, that in itself was a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was a great movie because Val Kilmer was in it.
That's bold. That's bold to say.
It is. But see, okay, Willow was great because Val Kilmer was in it. If anybody else was in that movie as that lead, I don't think it would have done as well. That role, people say with Ryan Reynolds for Deadpool, that was him. But Ghost in the Darkness, he did great in that movie, but so did everybody else.
Yeah.
Real Geniuses, he was phenomenal in that movie, but so is everybody else.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
Let's see here. Deja Vu with Denzel.
What? What movie?
Deja Vu.
Got her. He's unresponsive. I think that movie was bad, but not because of Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some movies, some actors save, and but that movie was just, it wasn't really well written. Man.
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
That was a really good one.
That was a really good one. That was the remake with, I believe, Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Yep.
True Romance.
No.
With Christian Slater.
No, I do.
No.
I mess with Slate. See, Slate's my goy. My goy.
Mm-hmm. Alexander.
As in Alexander the Great?
Alexander in 2004. It was a Val Kilmer movie.
Nope. Don't know it.
At First Sight. With Mia Sorvino.
Oh, Mia Sorvino.
Yeah.
She is the daughter of Paul Sorvino
Yeah.
from Money Talks. I don't know if I know that movie. I don't know if I've seen
it's
that
definitely
movie.
a romantic comedy kind of movie. I believe he's blind in it.
That probably sounds like something you'd have to have patience and imagination and creativity for. Yeah.
Red Planet.
That was the movie with Lou Gossett Jr.?
Yeah.
Were we just talking about that?
Was it with, let me just double check it.
Because I couldn't think of the name. I think we were talking
Kate
about
Gilman,
The Last Starfighter, and then like...
Tom Sizemore, Benjamin Pratt.
Maybe I don't know
I think
that.
it's a different movie.
Or maybe it's a different movie. Yeah, I'm
I'm
thinking
not
of
done
Dennis
with the
Quaid.
list. There's
Okay.
still a list. It's we're about halfway through it, I think.
Halfway through it.
He had quite a career.
Shot out my boy Val Kilmer with the discography, movieography, videography.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn words.
Billy the Kid. It was in '89.
Nah. Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, nah.
Mind Hunters, in 2004.
There's only one movie with Billy the Kid, and that's Young Guns. Anything else is blasphemous. I'll make you famous.
Knight Rider, 2008.
Need I say more?
Right. Missing, 2003.
And it can stay that way. 2000
All-
and now.
Kill the Irish, 2011.
You can't even title that right like that now.
No.
You'll be canceled, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And that was, 11 years ago.
Have a bunch of soulless gingers coming after you.
Conspiracy, 2008. Esposito.
Nope, wrong song.
Yeah. Streets of Blood.
No.
How about Out for Blood with 50 Cent?
That's not a Steven Seagal movie?
No, Val Kilmer.
I think I've seen that. Or I died trying.
Maybe. Alright, I think we made it through quite a bit of the list here. Definitely. I remember him mostly in Batman,
Yeah.
for sure.
Michael Keaton, Adam West. Man,
Yeah.
that's gonna have to be a topic for another day for
will.
sure.
For
Oh my
sure. Because
God.
now, we brought up
The Batman, and now we
it's
gotta
like-
get into the villains, the
Yeah.
movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I went with Willow. You stuck with Batman?
No, Tombstone. Yeah.
It's
I
hard.
wrote it.
He
Yeah,
played the mess out of that
he
dude.
did.
Doc Holliday.
Tuberculosis and all.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I hit a rusty nail. well,
Well.
we're gonna leave you.
Yeah.
The wagon's moving.
Yeah, it's a virus.
Right.
It's a virus. And
Right, dude.
Your lungs just start to disintegrate. He's coughing up blood the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like grandma caught a nail infection. Well,
Right.
when she goes to sleep tonight, you know what happens, boy. That's just crazy, man. I still think if it's still a planet 50 years from now would be when I would want to be born. But I'm okay with now.
Yeah.
I just like the old West and shit like that. And like, man, if any, simply for the fact all that fucking dust in your shoes, like, where did they get all that dust from in those movies? But at any rate, let's see. Oh, we are the show that's sponsored by nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody pays us. Okay. If you had a superpower, what superpower would you have? This is a 3-part question.
You also have to ask why.
Sister, get past the first part. We'll get there.
What superpower?
And you don't have to get I'd stand the hairs up on bankers' arms on Tuesdays during thunderstorms every third week of the month.
I know you're talking about X-ray vision and super hearing and mind reading and
whatever
and all that.
Maybe you talk to animals. I don't know.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Well, that'd be
Talking
a good
to
one.
animals would be really cool.
Hell yeah.
Kind of like to know what goes on in the little brain of Clo.
Yeah.
But
You're like, bro, oh, you can breathe underwater? Shark. What?
Right. Superpower. It's always kind of a cross between invisibility.
Yeah.
And maybe even be able to hear some people's thoughts. And not for to be creepy, but just sometimes it's you just kind of want to know what the point is.
I can't control my thoughts, so
right.
I don't
want any more.
Yeah, I'm
any more in there.
I don't know how not to explain. I'm not going to stab everybody in there. So we can only go over this so many times, God.
I wouldn't want to be invisible all the time. I wouldn't want to be able to turn it on and off.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be something that I would want to have.
Even if and I'd extend it to even because some characters like Superman has multiple powers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if there was some character like Wonder Woman or something like that, then I feel like that would be okay.
Yeah.
For you to say that. That would be an acceptable answer as well. So it doesn't necessarily particularly have to be one, but okay, so invisibility.
Invisibility would be
okay.
the top one for me.
How would you use it for good?
How would I use it for good?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, using it for good. I don't know if I would really ever use ability for bad per se, unless it really got me there. I'm just trying to get through my thought process right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak it out loud.
No, go for it. Manifest.
Yeah. I definitely would like to somehow use invisibility to break into somewhere that people who have control over us little weakling humans that run the world, that I would be in that room and I would be able to leak all of their information and expose them for the snakes that they are. But that would be me. And
kind of like a true anonymous.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
How would you use them for bad?
Depends on what you call bad.
This is a family channel. It's not really, actually. Kids aren't. Be 18 and over. I don't know what to tell you besides that.
Yeah, anything from sneaking into places.
Where would you sneak into?
Bank.
I like how you whisper it like
I would
I don't want them to know, but
right.
I'm coming.
Right.
A bank.
Bank.
So are you with this invisibility, do you get
everything that I would touch would end up being, it would almost be like an invisibility cloak.
Okay.
So we could bring in my little bit of love for Harry Potter, and the whole Deathly Hallows thing, because I feel like those were super
way to sneak some Potter in here when there was no Potter before, my guy. The Deathly Hallows. Oh.
What is that?
I don't know, but whatever. So I always wanted to fly, but I'm terrified of heights, and I don't know if like having that ability would just help me get over it. I would never flipping use it.
How would you use it for good though, or bad?
See, I'm not I'm going with I like to be like Luffy, like Mr. Fantastic.
Okay.
The rubber skin and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how can I use that for good? Catch falling buildings. I could cars, anything that went in a dam, fire rescue, stuff like that. Like I could cats and trees, if cats still do that. Man, dude, that's a hard one. Like you try to think of something grandiose. It's like I could stop a meteorite, but like I'm gonna burn to death, dude. Right. But I'm sticking to it because that's what I want to do.
Right.
Use it for bad. The one instance I can think of is that I would reach back as far as I could and find the last person to annoy the mess out of me and slap the absolute dog like out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so bullets bounce off.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. So once you,
I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah.
Whatever I want.
Yeah.
Whatever I want. Yeah. Like whatever. And I'm gonna walk around with a fake inflated six pack. I don't care. However I want. I'd probably float on the ocean for a little bit. Let a whale or two try and bite my leg or an ass or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. When you say it out loud. Yeah, I don't know if I want that anymore. See, it's like the things you don't know that you want until you get them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if I could have anything, it's like I want this and that, and then you actually get the opportunity to have it, and it's like, well,
what was so special? Why did I want this?
Yeah, this goddamn car, I can't even afford the gas in this thing. High octane, whatever, whatnot. Can't even spell Lambo. I can. I'm not though. Jerk. Okay, let's see what else. A handy dandy Ninja Turtle little planner. Is this a planner, sketchbook, notebook?
I mean, I would say it was like a notebook, maybe like a diary almost. But
look, YouTube, and soon to be other various outlets. I'm trying to be famous in this piece, okay? So I'm gonna need your help. We're gonna need your help. Participation, love, guidance. This took 1,000 years to come across and actually sit down and do. It's very different and very awkward, but we're doing it, and I think we are doing all right. I think we're doing all right. Actually, I think we're doing all right. Okay. Who do you think is the coolest cereal mascot? Cereal mascot. Count Chocula. Count Chocula always seemed like that creepy Uncle Cereal.
Right.
Like he just came out of like some room somewhere that you didn't know existed and just was like, hey.
Chocolate cereal. Hey kids. Got you some chocolate cereal here.
Why don't you guys take off your clothes and go swim in this chocolate pool I got? Like, all right, Uncle Chocula. No. It's like, but I like the Golden Graham Bear.
Yeah.
He always seemed like he was on something. He always can't get enough of that golden. He was like high or drunk or something like that. Right. You remember Frankenberry?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. He was like the little different kid.
Yeah.
He was the kid that like drank goat milk in like school. didn't comb his hair. Like half his shirt was tucked in and the other half was tucked out for no particular reason. And you weren't sure which one was supposed to be it. I like the Trix Rabbit.
Yeah.
We got, who else we got?
The Lucky Charms Leprechaun. We got Snap, Crackle, Pop. We got
Now,
Tony the
okay.
Tiger.
Do Snap, Crackle, and Pop count as like if they get into a fight, like, do all three go? Or is it like, do you pick one, Snap, Crackle, or are you going to pop some damn body? Or?
I mean, I think you can't have a Snap, a Crackle, or a Pop without
Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Okay.
So, I think they're a nice thruple. I don't think they're changing. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're comfortable with,
and that's okay,
with their choices. So
thruple on.
Who else is there? Yeah, there's the Lucky Charms, Leprechaun, Tony the Tiger.
You know, I can only remember the dog from the Cookie Crisp thing. I don't know what was chasing him. There was always something
like
trying.
A robber.
Well, the dog was the robber, because he'd be the one yelling, Cookie Crisp. Were they both dogs?
Wasn't it a cop? It was like.
It wasn't a human cop. It was some kind of animal.
Yeah, it had kind of like ears, like a bunny almost.
Oh,
kind of like the Nesquik bunny, but not quite the Nesquik bunny.
Nesquik bunny, yeah.
That's like a food mascot that was.
I guess we don't even really have to stick with cereal. There's so many. You got the Domino's Noy, who's obviously on cocaine.
Yeah.
Obviously on cocaine.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a 90s thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Noy.
Yeah.
The Domino's Noy. I remember I had the little keychain.
Ooh.
Yeah. You spend $900 in pizzas, they'll send you this $4 keychain.
Right.
Thanks, Dad. Man, who else do we have?
I mean, if we're gonna get into like fast food type mascots and stuff.
Are we bringing Ronald McDonald into this channel?
The Hamburglar,
I like the King.
Yeah, the King is.
The King is
the
cracks
King.
me up, dude. Yeah. I love the King.
I also do like the Colonel though.
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah.
Oh, like the one they do, yeah. His finger looking good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and all the different characters. Remember those Renault commercials where they had like Andy McDowell and they had a whole bunch of different.
Norm Macdonald.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Not Andy, I meant Norm. I'm thinking of movies that they're.
R.I.P. my guy.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Definitely.
They had what was his name? Hamilton, Richard Hamilton, or something like that. Yeah. Terry Hamilton. Man, yeah.
Wendy.
Wendy's. Big Boy. Does Culver's have a mascot? Is it an ice cream cup or something like that?
I'm not really sure. They got a little weird little token thing. Taco Bell Chihuahua.
Dig 'em.
Yeah.
Dig 'em Frog. Dig 'em the Frog from Smacks, dude.
There you go.
Oh, man. That was my boy. That was my boy. Toucan Sam. And then when people got sick of Toucan Sam, they gave him nephews. What?
Yeah.
And we said Lucky from the Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Man, I think
the bee from Cheerios, wasn't there?
The Cheerios bee.
Cheerio bee.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
Pretty.
But he got all heart conscious and heart healthy, and I was like, all right, bro,
you should take care of your heart.
Yeah. I was like, man, that soapbox can go right over there, my guy. Am I missing some cereal? I feel like we ran that gambit. Like the honeycomb thing didn't have a thing, right?
No. Did it?
Oh my God!
Didn't he have the honey? He was the honeybee. Didn't he do that thing where he flew around like the honey things?
Was that him too?
Yeah.
He did both of them.
It was a different.
It was a different bee,
but it was the same, kind of thing. Except for,
Did we say Captain?
Captain Crunch, no. Captain Crunch is who we're talking about?
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna hint you because this, now that I think about it, this guy should be the complete runaway. Logically, nothing should be able to mess with this thing.
With the captain?
No, it's not the captain. It's an animal.
Animal. Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, I brought him up before.
Did you?
I did. When I was listing them all out.
Man, dude, I must.
But yeah, no, Tony the Tiger probably he had a lot. You know.
Yeah.
He gave you some pretty good advice. He was good with the affirmations. And,
You're great. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger. He was a little aggressive though.
He was.
He was a little aggressive.
Yeah.
I think, man, I'm gonna stick my money on the Lucky Charms leprechaun, or maybe even Trix the rabbit. But Trix, Trix the rabbit was
Was there?
He was not very successful.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
No,
he was not.
Was there a? Do you remember Kix?
Kix, yes.
Was there a mascot for Kix?
Kix, I don't. Kix
Or was it like a boring one that they didn't have one?
Yeah, Kix was kid tested, mother approved.
It was.
Yeah. The first, Chex Mix had one.
Did they?
Yeah. It was Mikey, and he liked it.
It's true.
Yeah. That was like the first.
That was Life.
Was it Life?
I think.
I don't know.
What cereal did Mikey eat?
Yeah, right?
Let's figure it out.
And why did he like it so damn much?
Cereal did Mikey advertise? Quaker Oats breakfast cereal Life. Life. It's Quaker Oats cereal.
I've never had that.
Oh, it's so good. Like it's almost like it's kind of like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch almost.
Really? You ever had Cocoa Wheats?
Cocoa Wheats, yeah.
Yeah? Was that good?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a fan of chocolate cereal, chocolate ice cream, chocolate milk.
You weren't?
I was.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was a thing with my sister, but she was always vanilla, everything.
Did you ever, I used to love...
I don't know if it was a rivalry where we had to have the opposite, or if it was legit, she liked vanilla and I liked chocolate. But I feel like I like chocolate, not because it wasn't...
Not because of her, just because I genuinely like chocolate.
Right.
I liked Frosted Cheerios back in the day.
I like Special K of all things.
Special K was good, man.
See, and we have
Special K was fire.
It was.
It
fire.
Still is.
When you put berries in it, that's my favorite. Like real berries. You can't have like the red berries. You can't have the fake ones.
Freeze dry berries.
And you gotta put sugar on it too, which is weird. But I mean, it's just one of those things.
My psychopathic pleasure are Cheerios.
Oh, Cheerios.
Yeah, but I don't need any sugar.
The plain one.
Just straight up Cheerios.
Do you just eat the Cheerios, or do you gotta put milk in it?
For Cheerios, I gotta put milk in it.
Oh.
For Honey Nut Cheerios, Fruit Loops, something like that.
Yeah. You just eat the cereal.
Yeah. I feel like anything else, it's just too dry and too plain. It's gonna suck all the moisture from my soul. So
right.
I gotta add a little something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eating dry Cheerios is like eating a dry Popeyes biscuit, or you know what I'm saying? Chewing on crackers without any water or something like that. Right. Bro, you asking for it. All right. We are past the halfway point. And I think we did. Man, dude, we almost got an hour.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me a favorite cartoon from the 90s. I blanked out. I'm sorry. I'm back, you guys.
Favorite cartoon from the 90s.
Sorry, we do not own that Jeopardy music. I don't think you can do that. You gotta be...
Yeah, I think you kind of gotta credit it to
super.
Things.
I don't even know.
I think you at least if it's something that if it's not profitable, I think you have to accredit.
Yeah.
And I wonder, with putting even if you're watching something, how much you can actually show of it. I think you can only show so many
Yeah.
seconds at it in increments.
Or you gotta like put
Yeah.
that little veil over it or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, or we do not own the rights to this. You gotta have a lot of that in there.
I'm just doing it because it's free and I like it. Please don't sue me.
90s cartoons. Now, are we talking like Nickelodeon cartoons? Are we talking about early morning Saturday cartoons? Are we talking, you know,
Okay, look, I'm gonna lay it out for you like this.
okay,
I need one Saturday morning cartoon.
okay.
You got one Cartoon Network cartoon, and you got one Nickelodeon cartoon.
Oh, man.
Those.
But does Daria count?
And you got one MTV cartoon. Okay, MTV's got an extensive enough list to
Yeah,
where.
it does. It really does. I mean,
Or should we just call them others for that last one? Because I like Dilbert, but Dilbert wasn't like an MTV. I liked like King of the Hill. You know what I'm saying? That came from MTV, but
Beavis and Butthead.
yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Little offshoots like that.
Yeah.
There used to
Wasn't
be
there a Mad TV cartoon too? Or was that just cartoons in Mad TV? Mad TV was a comic, wasn't it?
Mad TV was a book, yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Liquid TV started off like that. That's where Beavis and
Liquid
Butthead
TV.
came from.
Yeah.
Liquid
Yeah.
TV, Aeon
That was
Flux.
like late hours on MTV, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it was like, man, oh my god,
Yeah.
so much.
Where you like
90s.
stayed up late, and late meaning like midnight to
Yeah.
watch a cartoon.
Yeah.
And it was controversial because they swore, or they had some weird content, or they were, you know.
Dude, she killed a fly by blinking on it. I was like, I don't know why this is. And they always looked like they were ready to have sex, like no matter what. Like it was, yeah. Like Aeon Flux made me realize that I was like, that was the first like shot that I am not attractive. I was like, I don't look like that. My body's not like that.
Yeah.
Like the fuck is that, dude? Like.
Yeah.
Even if like bad guys, everybody had 6-pack. Babies had 6-packs. Like it was insane, dude. It was insane. Animaniacs. See, like
that was a good one.
That was a great one.
Yeah. I was definitely a Nickelodeon kid. It was Ren and Stimpy. It was
Ren and Stimpy for
even
sure.
Rugrats, Cat Dog, Ed and Eddie,
Angry Beavers.
Yeah. Rocko's Modern Life, Hey Arnold.
I hate football head. Oh, like the shirt, yeah.
Yeah. Real Monsters.
Yeah,
That
with
was
Ickis.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only get one.
I only get one of those.
Yeah, we'll revisit this. We'll come back,
Whew.
and we'll go through the greatest of greats. But for
There's so many cartoons.
there's a million.
Up on.
Yep, you get one.
I get one that was my all-time favorite that I could even watch today. Honestly, Rugrats. Those kids were,
Yeah,
you know, it was interesting to see, you know, how their point of view on things, and it was a weird little bridge, and their parents kind of didn't understand them, but they were talking, and it was cool.
So do you have a Cartoon Network one?
Cartoon Network one. Was Johnny Bravo on Cartoon Network?
Yes. Bobby Bravo is my name. I forgot to I'm your host, Bobby Bravo. I forgot to say that part.
Yeah.
Would you just how would you like to just be referred to as your name, or you got something yet, or?
I don't got anything.
Well,
I'm always.
we'll just call her like in my little sister used to love the Powerpuff Girls. That used to be pretty funny.
I watched a lot of Powerpuff Girls too.
Man, dude, Johnny Bravo though is my guy. Johnny Bravo, Dexter.
Yeah.
Let's see, Cartoon Network. Okay, I got mine. Okay, so what do you got for Saturday morning?
Saturday morning cartoon. Was Captain Planet on Saturday morning?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
Yeah, Captain Planet was there. Yeah.
I used to watch. I gotta go. See, now I gotta get my old school Nickelodeon like trip down memory lane. But like Cat Dog, like you said, Angry Beavers. Man, Ren and Stimpy. Man, I think it just that started like that was like regular normal run of the mill cartoon alternative.
Mm-hmm.
That's when like it was like things got different, like Powdered Toast Man, and like oh come on dude, like how many times on a cartoon did you hear like the good guys call somebody an idiot? Like it just didn't happen that way, you know. So I gotta go with Ren and Stimpy. Cartoon Network, man. Johnny Bravo was my jam. And I'm Bobby Bravo, so that just kind of makes this awkward. There used to be...
did we time out?
We timed out.
Nice.
Timed out. Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
I think that's it. I think Darkwing Duck's it.
Yeah. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
I still got to see that live action. I still have to see that. So Darkwing Duck.
Disney had a lot.
Damn it.
See, I'm looking through a list right now, and it's popping up some gold right now.
Okay.
Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky.
We didn't talk much about Pinky and the Brain.
No,
The Tick.
Spoon. That's the best call to arms ever. Spoon.
Yeah.
Dude, okay. So this lets me know that we gotta have like a top 10 list.
Yeah.
Like you just can't even go your top 10s from, you gotta be like, these are my top 10s from here, my top 10s from here. Darkwing Duck.
Okay, so this was like the educational cartoons that were in the afternoon, like Magic School Bus,
yeah.
School Bus. Recess, like part of that too.
I loved Recess, yeah.
What other ones were in that time?
I don't know if she was educational, but Pepper Ann was one of them too. I used to love
Rocko's Modern Life on Nickelodeon.
Schoolhouse Rock. I used to love those little snippets. I'm just a Bill. Okay.
Dexter's Laboratory.
I gotta spit out my Saturday morning, man.
Yeah, you good.
I gotta spit out my Saturday morning. There was the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. You know what? There used to be one called Crow.
Oh yeah.
And then, dude, I can't remember, but these people were blue and they lived in like a computer. Like, they were blue, and they had like, one of the main character had dreadlocks, and there was a girl, and she had a little brother. And it was like one word. I can't think of what it is, but that was a really good one. I'm gonna probably have to say Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, yes.
And then I'm going to precede that by saying Beetlejuice, and see what happens. No, it wasn't Tron or it was just the bad guy had a bald spot
Don't
like,
they all?
He was so weird. Like, he had red hair all the way around except in the middle. It was like, you couldn't program, you got muscle. All right, bro, cool. Like, I mean, it's very accepting of yourself. But, like, it was that. And, like, he caused these viruses and all of that. And, like, these blue people that lived in probably Electric City or something like that.
Yeah.
If any of you know, let me know. And then the first person to answer, you will be my first contest winner. I don't know what the prize is, but you got it. Okay. All right. So, the last one on the list today.
Okay.
And we were talking about this a little bit outside.
Yeah.
Weird items, food, whatever, whatnot, that didn't make it, that did not stand the test of time.
Like purple ketchup?
Like green ketchup.
Wasn't there purple ketchup?
There were both of them, yep. They were disgusting. I don't know what...
I think it had to do with, like, you know, the red dye was not there, and it was, you know, just... How can you turn a tomato into purple?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was super processed, and
I'm like, I don't want that on my hamburger, bro. It's gonna turn my bun green. Like, I'm good on all of that. Zima.
Zima. It didn't it come back for a while?
It did, and then people realized that it was still Zima, and they were like, "Oh,
garbage,
yeah." They were like, "Oh, nostalgia's gross."
Yeah.
I
mean, we don't have Blockbusters anymore.
No, we don't, yo.
There's no video stores anymore.
I think there's actually.
There is no family.
There's
videos.
one Blockbuster.
Yeah, it's like in like Alaska where they can't
get
anything else besides a couple of videos. And...
Yeah, right. Do people even still use Redbox anymore?
Yeah,
I see them every now and again.
Yeah,
but
I think that they're.
Those got to be going on their way out too, though.
Pretty cool. I mean, I would assume so. I mean, even like going and buying a movie, like,
Yeah, it's like I don't see the point.
Yeah.
And like for like old school people like me, like that collection, like having all those movies to be like, look at what I got, bro. Like that was kind of like a rite of passage.
It was.
When I used to go to Casper's house, man, I would spend probably 10 minutes spinning those racks. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? And it was cool. We couldn't wait to go pick up a movie and like we zone out on it and it's like, all right, done with it, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's.
We would get movies and we would watch them and watch them and watch them because we only could watch them. We would only have them for a day, so we would watch it 4 or 5 times in a row because we just didn't know when we were going to get to watch it again because it was.
It seemed more of an event. You know what I'm saying?
It was always like it was a thing to do. It was a thing that, like, you know, especially with my sister and I, we had to pick one movie.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't each get a movie. We had to pick one movie. And it turned into something that the family sat and watched because we only had the one TV. Yeah. And it was always, you know, what was the cool movie that week, and if we got the copy, right? Because they had like 20 of them,
and it's not like you can go and Netflix it the next day or something. If like, you know what I'm saying, you liked it and I didn't, like that'd be it.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy.
We used to go to the Piggly Wiggly. There was a video section at the Piggly Wiggly grocery store before we even had a family video in town. It was the Piggly Wiggly.
How weird that like Family Video had like a porn section.
Yeah.
And that you had to walk through like swinging cowboy doors to get to it.
And everybody knew what it was.
Like, yeah, it's like, where are you hiding from? Like, I'm going in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. Okay. Teddy Grahams still exist?
Yes, they do, and they're still amazing.
I just saw some Dunkaroos in the store not too long ago. I was close to snatching those up, man, for real. Besides the green ketchup, I mean, is there anything that didn't
make it through
Didn't make the cut. I feel like there's got
there
to
has
be.
to be, but I feel like we've lost it, so we don't remember.
So it's just gone.
So it's just gone.
Man, I wish they do that with black licorice.
No, can't happen. Black licorice is the best.
It is not like maybe for checking your oil or something like that. It is.
No.
Like I know why it's called anise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
It's all.
My favorite candy is well, it's black licorice, but it's Dutch black licorice. It's kind of salty, and it's called Salted Drop. It's my favorite candy in the entire world.
I like licorice or Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Twizzlers used to be my jam. Like I'd sit there and zone out on that whole ass bag. I miss those things. But yeah. So
is it Twizzlers and not Red Vines? It's for sure Twizzlers.
Man, don't make me put my pinky out when I say it, okay? Because I'm not. I don't mean to be that kind of guy, but you know, I got particular taste. Red Vines are the little thin ones, right?
It's just a different brand.
Different
it
brand,
looks like
like
Twizzlers, but it's Red Vines. It's a blue bag.
Nah.
Okay.
I was a Twizzlers kid. We can afford that. Just that though. Everything else was broke. So, okay. We did it. We did. And we're better people for it. And
here's to editing.
Here's to editing. When I get to that. And here's to many more. Thank you. I don't know if it'll ever go anywhere, but this was cool to do. Said it'll happen and it happened. And yeah, knocked it out the box.
For sure.
Blip. The Toasted Bunny podcast is out of here. Say peace out.